Hello. I just wanted to address something that I forgot to speak of from the Cancun trip in 2013. And it's regarding at the end, after the party, when we finished the night that we completed, at about 3 in the morning, I heard Jerry come to me in my sleep, basically saying, "Thanks for being part of the experience."
Yeah.
And
Oh, he's so all over this.
yeah.
And so appreciative of all of you.
And I guess that is part of what my question is regarding, again, this impulse aspect of, so when I'm high flying, more on the step 4 place,
Yeah.
and just experiences come and come and come.
Yeah.
And that experience with Jerry was just incredible where, again, I'm asleep, but he's speaking to me. And
Well, the most now, therefore pertinent and valuable thing is happening in so many now understanding the eternalness of who we all are, but even more than that, not just the continued beingness, but the continual presence here and now on the leading edge of all of this. In other words, you are coming so far in your understanding of physical and non-physical and the way we interact and relate to one another. Because while it's clear that when someone departs their physical body, that they are not here in the way they have been, and it's easy to accept that they still exist. But when you are hearing them, when you are walking around with them, when you are receiving impulses from them, when you are having the benefit of enjoying your moment because of the expanded enjoyment that they are having, that's when you really begin to understand that we are all in this together, and that there is no ending to that which you are, and that Source is not just detached from you, waiting for you to catch up. Source is integrating with you, moment by moment, thought by thought, enjoying the co-creative dance that we're all doing together, you see. And so it's also helpful to understand that we touched on this earlier a little bit, that sometimes there is an inspired question that precedes an inspired answer. But you wouldn't be ready for the inspired answer if you hadn't received the inspired question. Well, you've already sifted through the data and put the desire into the vortex, and your life is pointing at the question that needs to be answered before you begin to receive something that you're looking for. And so sometimes the next logical step just is a clear question. We've had some of that today already, haven't we? And yet, for most of you, when you're in the question mode, you feel lackful, like, well, I'm still asking this. I don't, because I'm without the answer. Well, a question only means you're on the brink of an answer. A really clear question only means you're on the brink of a really clear answer. And so we would like you to feel question and desire as same kind of word. When you've got an unfulfilled desire, unfulfilled meaning from your standpoint, not yet manifested, not money in the bank yet, that all that is a question that is active within you, that is on the brink of being answered. And so we love it when you are in that vibrational place. You've been hanging around with us for days, all of us for days, physical and non-physical. You were flying high. There was utterly no resistance within your being whatsoever. It is perfectly logical that under those conditions that you would receive full awareness of Jerry's appreciation of your participation, because he's aware, all of us are aware of that. That's why we say to you, as we are reaching out, even out around the world, not just those of you who are gathered in this room, we can feel where you are right now in terms of your beliefs in proximity to what's in your vortex. And so every thought projection that Esther is interpreting with all of these words is with the intent of helping you to find that easier path to what you're looking for. Not because the end result is required for you to be happy, but because you are only happy when you are on your path.
Yeah.
And so those kinds of experiences, that's the message that they are offering mostly. You're in the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I'm more and more in my zone,
Yeah.
then it's...
And why would you do that? Because it feels good.
Right.
Because it's natural.
Yeah.
Logical.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the truth of me.
Yeah.
And I'm getting that.
Really good
and,
words, yes.
Yeah. And so, again, the multiplier, it just keeps on coming.
Yeah.
And...
And the multipliers, we've been calling that momentum here
Right,
today.
right.
Yes. It's like you have already set a trajectory in motion, and so have others. But when your trajectories start dovetailing, it's so delicious. And sometimes someone will dovetail with you for a little while, and it's good for both of you, and then your trajectories don't continue in exactly the same way, but there's always another dovetailable trajectory or person in the vicinity of that which you are, and your inner being knows where they all are, who they all are, what's on their mind, what's on your mind. Path of least resistance is the path of most pleasure. Path of least resistance is the path of most alignment. And the reason we speak it in terms of path of least resistance is because it is the releasing of the discord that is easier for you. In other words, your guidance system sort of turns up for you a little bit more in the vocabulary of warning bells. In other words, it's easier for you to recognize the resistance and then step back from it sometimes than it is to feel the momentum of the other. But you get so you're really good at this.
Right, because, with time and awareness.
And as you stop judging yourself
Yes.
and embracing the negative emotion as a good thing, embracing the resistance as a good thing, embracing the wobble as a good thing, all of these things are essential to the expansion of all that is.
Right.
And you said, I'll go out on the front lines of all of this. I'll expose myself to the most extreme contrast, and I'll give birth to the most leading edge desires, and I'll feel my way with my guidance to the alignment, to the satisfaction, to the joy. There's nothing that's broken that needs to be fixed.
Right.
And there is no redemption that is required for anyone. There's just joyous expansion that is inevitable. But you get to decide how much joy you allow now and now and now. And so many people are putting the joy off until they manifest something that can't come till they find joy. Isn't that an interesting thing?
My other question you've already brought up, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
I would love to hear just a little more to that, because how I've perceived it as I've been following you for a number of years is that the hot seaters, it seems to me that Abraham absorbs like new information or new ways to express and explain aspects.
Because together we refine the question, which is the setup for the understanding or the realization of the answer. Ooh.
Okay.
In other words, haven't you noticed that when you're clear about something that you want to know, when the answer comes, there's such a completion in that feels so good. But if somebody's telling you stuff that you haven't even considered as something you want to know, you sort of kind of want them to just go away.
Yes.
This information has no relevance to me. There's no vibrational connection. I'm not here for data. I'm here for my own expansion. And so it's my question and then answer that is what's satisfying to me. It's my when someone's answering something that you are not consciously asking. So that's where we all come in, because we know what you really want to know.
Right.
And we know where you are in readiness to realize it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Sit here just for a minute. Feel this. Feel the vibrational quality of the thoughts becoming things with this conversation. In other words, we know where you stand vibrationally. And you're thinking, Abraham knows where I stand in terms of manifestations too. Well, yeah, that too, but nah. It's vibrationally where you stand. So we know where you're standing vibrationally, and we know what you are asking for that you have not quite lined up with. So we know what the most logical presentation of ideas and analogies and scenarios would be in order to help you to accomplish the vibrational atmosphere that would allow you that realization.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
don't you like that? Because it doesn't matter how smart we are. We're really smart. It doesn't matter how much we know. We really know. The only thing that matters is what you are able to realize. That's all that matters in this scenario. And here's what you're getting at with the all in this together.
Yeah.
When you realize, sometimes that's when we realize. The misunderstanding is that we're out there ahead of all of you, that we've got it all figured out, and that we're waiting for you to catch up. Co-creation at its best is when we go there together.
Okay.
So we create this vibrational atmosphere, you all and us together. We create this vibrational atmosphere. Your questions are all queued up in terms of questions of life, questions of how to become all that you're wanting to become. And as we all focus together, the path lights up for all of us. You see.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
And that's why every seminar is different.
Yeah.
That's why every seminar is a co-creational experience of those who tap in. That's why Esther loves that the live stream that is going around the world is a live stream, and that there are people who are watching it live, because when they are watching it live, they become part of the expansion, not just somebody who receives the answer of something that expanded before. They are part of the co-creative expansion, you see. And that's where you always want to be. You don't want to be some student that is listening to the summations and conclusions that others have come to. How boring is that? You came to live life, and we came with you. There's no one sitting on the sidelines in this experience at all, physical or non-physical. But there are humans who are blocking themselves from the fun with their misimpressions of who they are and their misimpressions of who we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Growth, incredible, expansion and
Yeah.
growth. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Truly co-creation at its best.